It's Monday, so you know what that means. Motivation Monday! What's going on, guys? This is going to be a little bit different one. Today we're going to be talking about rewarding yourself and how, in my opinion, it is necessary for your mentality. Stay tuned. All right, what's going on, guys? So my name is Billett. I'm the CEO of Billett Enterprises. I'm here with my lovely wife, Angela, and our baby in the back that's probably going to be screaming here anytime soon because we're doing something other than paying attention to her. This is a little bit different than Motivation Mondays. We're on the road. We did spend kind of a 3-day R&R at the Gaylord in the Rockies. There will be a travel video out doing a review of the place while we were there. And we're also going to a baby appointment. It's our baby girl's 6th-month checkup. So my wife is actually going to be taking over a majority of this video. She's actually been one of the people that have been pushing me to reward myself a little bit more than what I do. I typically don't do a lot for myself. I really don't. I am a workaholic. I don't have to work, but I do. We're pretty much taken care of for the rest of our lives without doing anything if we wanted to. However, I like challenges. I like pushing myself. I like seeing what I can do, and I just like to build things. I enjoy working. I know that sounds weird, and yes, I get frustrated and I get wiped out the whole 9 yards, but I truly enjoy working and doing things. And so anyways, I'm going to have my wife, which I missed my turn, and she's like trying not to blow up because if I miss a turn, it's like the end of the world. But I'm going to have my wife kind of take over about rewarding and what she sees, especially when it comes to, because we both work together, and so rewarding myself actually improves our relationship and our connection, the way that we can work with each other. And there's a lot of people out there that are husband and wife teams when it comes to being self-employed or being business owners. So I'm going to kind of let her take over and talk about what she sees about rewarding, and then I'll come in and talk about how it's changed my work atmosphere as well as how it's affected our relationship.
Yeah, so ever since we got together, Jake has been pedal to the floor, on the go, like always doing something, which is great. You know, like I think it's very important to have a very strong work ethic, but something that I've always preached to him is balance. Like, you are going to drive yourself absolutely
And I'm
nuts.
horrible with work-life balance.
Yeah,
I'm horrible with it.
Like, if he didn't have a family, like, he would just work from 6 a.m. till midnight every day. Like, that's just what he does. He's gotten better about letting me kind of push him out of that zone a little bit, so that way we could get away, take a breather, kind of refresh, recharge. And it's really important, since we do work together, to have that time where it's not about work. Have that communication, that relationship, and that reconnection where we kind of let the daily stress go and just focus on each other. And you know, communication is a huge thing, and I think a lot of couples don't do that. And creating a set time in a healthy environment to just sit and talk. It doesn't have to have a specific subject, but just talking about life and goals and dreams and what's on your mind, what you've been stressing about, what you're looking forward to, like all of those things. And with Jake, he gets so wound up in everything that he needs to do. There's a lot of times where I'll pull him aside and be like, look, like, you're not gonna get it all done at once. It's not gonna happen right now. Like, you gotta stop, and you gotta take a breather, you gotta eat some food. and
She's right.
And you just relax. Like, give your brain a break, because one thing I do notice is, like, he'll have a project on his mind that he needs to get done, and he'll expect all of it to be done that day. And even though it's like a project that typically should take like 2 weeks, like he's like, I want it done now, I'm gonna do it. And he won't go to bed until it's done. But then your mental state suffers from that, because you stay up till 3 o'clock in the morning working on something, and then the next day you're tired as hell and you're not very functional. So having that balance of being like, okay, I need to cut myself off at 7 p.m., have dinner, spend time with my family, and go to bed at a decent hour, wake up early, get to the gym, get my head right, and start over. So that's something that's been really important for our relationship, and that's why we go out and we do these things. And although we do a little bit of business with it, doing the reviews of the rooms and the resorts or restaurants or anything like that, it's kind of helped him make that transition, because he's still justifying his time off, but in a way that we're still enjoying each other, and it doesn't take up the entire time.
Yeah, and she brings up some really important things. The reason why we're doing this motivation, like I said, it's a little bit different than the normal ones, is bringing a spouse into it and talking about things. As you know, that the majority of my audience is business-minded, be it content creators, be it business people, be it, people that are trying to get into business. And the work-life balance is extremely important, and it's something that, even though I'm aware about it, it was actually really big when it came to my business psychology courses that I was doing when I was getting my master's degree, and other types of business management courses. The work-life balance is extremely important, but when you're put into an executive level position of a company, you kind of put yourself on the back burner and make sure everybody else has that good work-life balance. And a lot of the times that you can achieve that is by taking over their workload. And so you can allow them to go do their thing. And you're like, you know what, don't worry about it, I'll just do it, and we'll move forward. So that's something that it's nice having her on board as an executive level, and she's much more in tune with a work-life balance. And it helps keep me in check to make sure that I can continue providing the level of service that I need to be providing while not, disregarding my family. And she's very, very right that a lot of people, especially to the veterans that are out there, any military vets, her and I are both vets. She's an Air Force veteran, I'm an Army veteran. And a lot of the times, because the mission is so important, nothing else matters besides getting the mission done. And in business, if there's a project or something that I need to get done, that takes priority over everything. I have to get the mission done. That is my mission. And no matter what, it doesn't matter about my health, it doesn't matter about my livelihood, it doesn't matter anything about me, my physical limitations, my mental limitations, none of that matters. The mission matters. And that's all that matters. And so knowing that, I'm no longer in the military, it's not a life or death, I can now create, milestones or goals or progress that I need to hit, so I can make sure that I have that balance. But for anybody who does work with spouse or does work with family, it's really, really important to have that person that can keep you in line. And not just that, but don't have the ego that a lot of people have. Oh, you don't know what I do, and whatever, and I don't care what you think. Like there's a difference between deadlines. Like there are deadlines I have to meet, and regardless of what she thinks or what she feels or her worried about me, the deadlines need to be met, period. That's it. And yes, that is a position that I put myself into, but I also reap the benefits of it. Just for example, like we were able, this weekend was, well over $1,000, staying in some really nice rooms and not really doing anything and just hanging out. And, me allowing myself to have these type of situations, with my business has allowed me to do the things that I do, so there is a give and a take. Again, it's all about the balance. So make sure you always have somebody who's in your corner, be it a friend, be it family, especially if you're working with family, that can kind of keep an eye on you. And don't ever be afraid to reward yourself. Set your goals. Once you have some goals going on and you achieve those goals, reward yourself, refresh your mind, remind yourself while you're doing these things, because it's very easy to just burn out that fast and you're done.
Yeah.
And you're no longer
You lose
motivated.
sight of the end goal. You lose sight of why you work so hard.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, and remember, we are still a creature. Like, we are still an animal, and animals like to be rewarded. And I don't know what your faith is or whichever. None of that really matters. Like, there's nobody in the world that's going to say, well, I don't like being rewarded. I don't like doing things for myself. I don't like, you know, having a good experience of doing this and doing that. Some more than others. You know, she likes to reward herself more than I reward myself. But again, like, the rewarding of myself is knowing that she can do those things and it's not going to put us in a bad spot. And so that kind of rewards me too. So it's just indirectly. And so again, I mean, if you do accomplish the goals and you get what you need to get done, reward yourself and don't be afraid of doing that. Don't be afraid like, well, I shouldn't have spent that money on myself. I'm really guilty. Yeah, if you do it all the time, then yeah, you should feel guilty. But if you do it sparingly, and if you do it when, you know, you should be doing it, when it should be allowed, don't second guess the money that you spend on it. And because again, with productivity and everything else, that money that you're investing back in yourself is going to be worth it in the long run. You will make more money. You'll have, you know, your head will be better on your shoulders. Your relationships will be better. Like her and I, we talked about some pretty important things. She really enjoyed it. I can definitely feel us a little bit closer after the weekend, and that's really important. It's really important, especially since we work together. We can't be at each other's throats anyways. So, in closing, is there anything that you want to?
I think just a good end cap is never stop dating.
Yeah, never stop dating. Never stop dating. And if you're single, never stop dating yourself.
Love yourself.
Love yourself. I mean, not like not to a weird degree, but to a decent degree. So, anyways, guys, that's Motivation Monday with myself and my beautiful wife Angela. Let me know what you guys think. Put it in the comments below. Yes, it is a little bit different this week. We are on the road, and just want to get the content out there, and hopefully you guys like it. So, what are you guys going to do this week to reward yourselves? Let us know in the comments, and we'll catch you soon.